Hi everyone, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay, so give me 2 minutes, we'll start. Okay, so I think we just started the class yesterday and mostly we have not done anything. We just discussed about installation part. And I'm assuming everyone who joined today, they have Anaconda installed and also they are comfortable using Jupyter Notebook, right? If not, again, I'm requesting to please go through the Jupyter Notebook tutorial video that I have shared in the chat window yesterday. You just go to YouTube and type Durgasoft Sasmitha, Durgasoft Data Science, Sasmitha Session 2. You will find the Jupyter Notebook tutorial, right? That is mandatory before we start. So once the installation is successful and you are comfortable with Jupyter Notebook, today onwards we're going to start with Python. Okay. Having said that, I already shared you are going to get, even though you are so one more announcement in the demo. I think I have told you if you enroll for both, but if you enroll for any one of this course, you're going to get the full access for Python, right? Because for both of these course, Python is very important. So some of the topics like object oriented and object serialization, module packages, so all of this exception handling, file handling, all of these topics, Durga sir's video you will get, right? That is both the recordings as well as the content you will get for free. So you will have 6 month access. So please use that resource. It's very helpful. Um, like you can start using that in a very initial stage, like after, like when we start this course, Python is very important. So you take your own time and try to understand Python. Having said that, I will be covering the other modules, which is not there in the recording. That is the NumPy Pandas Plotly module, which is very, very important for data science, right? We will see those modules in depth, and the core Python, as you already have the recordings from Durga sir, I will be little fast, right? When I cover the core Python, I'm expecting you to go through the recordings. Having said that, we will also cover here, you will, but it will be little fast, right? Will not go very in depth, the core Python. But from NumPy onwards, every topic will be very, very in depth, because that is nowhere you will find the recordings from NumPy onwards. NumPy Pandas are the very, very, very important modules. It's like the very important module for everyone, for data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, even for Python developers, right? Followed by Plotly. Okay, so we'll start with base core Python today. What we are going to see, I'm going to share all the notebook files and everything once the drive is created. I'll tell ma'am to create the drive. Do not delay in confirming your enrollment, because once you confirm your enrollment, you can go through the recordings and assignments. You will feel connected, right? Otherwise, you will just attend the class and you will not be able to know what has been shared, right? So, so just utilize the time by learning Python. This 3 days gap you will have, right? Like, sorry, not 3 days, 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, you can utilize learning Python, right? So what we're going to see today is we're going to see very common concept. First, we will see why Python. I think most of you already know why Python. So we will discuss about some of the popularity, why the popularity, right, behind Python. Then mostly we'll discuss about a variable. What is a variable? How to declare a variable in Python. Followed by we will discuss type conversion, one type to another type, right? How to convert one type to another type. Then we will be discussing about loops. If time permits, we'll be discussing about loops, right? So this is what we are going to see today. In loops, we are going to see if else, very simple concept, if else, and while loop we will discuss. And if time permits, we'll discuss about for loop. So these are the takeaway for today's class. Python variable type conversion loops. Again, let me tell you, if you only enroll for part 1 also are going to get the Python recordings. Only part 2 also are going to get, both also are going to get the recordings, right? I will suggest anyone who are interested for complete data science should enroll for both. If you are not enrolling for part 2, you are missing a lot. people who join part 2 class can understand there are so many important topics like deep learning, NLP, Apache Spark, which you will miss, which is very important to become a data scientist. But if you want to become a data analyst, you can stop after part 1. No need to go for part 2. Okay, so this is the takeaway for today's class. What I'm going to do is, first we will see one by one. So let us first understand why Python. I just want to hear from you. I know most of you already know something about Python. A few of you are already working as a Python developer. So can you tell me why Python is very popular? Like if you see, I was reading a survey report yesterday, the comparison between R, SAS and Python. So Python is a clear winner. So why Python is very popular according to you? Like what all are some points that you want to add? Yeah, you can speak, unmute and tell. Syntax is simple and convenient. So first thing is we will be using the language is nothing but we will be using, right? First thing should be easy. No matter how important or how beneficial that language is, if it is difficult, leave about computer language, talk about simple languages. If a language is simple, then it is easy for us, right, to understand or learn. If it is difficult, I'll give you one example. Let's say Scala, right? Many people must be knowing about Scala. It is a very very high level language like Java. More, it is 100, like more better than Java. You can tell Scala as better Java, right? It is a JVM based language and it's very, very good. Like it's a completely functional programming language, fully functional programming language. It's the native language for Spark. And it is very, 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 so many good advantages are there, like scalable and all that. Still, it has not gained that popularity like how Python got, right? Even though Python is more, like slower than Scala, there are so many restrictions in Python. Like if you compare Scala and Python, Scala is better, but Scala is not popular, but Python is, right? Why? Because easy to learn. Anyone, I will suggest anyone who has no experience in programming. If you have like zero experience, if you start learning from Python, you will very easily understand, right? Easy to learn. That's the first thing. It is easy to learn. And it is object oriented, right? Object oriented. Object oriented programming language. So object oriented means what? Can you tell me some properties of object oriented programming language? Object
Inheritance,
oriented. Yes.
inheritance, encapsulations.
Yes, inheritance, encapsulation. So all of this already there in Python because it is easy to learn, yet it is object oriented. That is the drawback of R. So if you ask me where I will get many packages, both R and Python are full of packages. Like package means basically modules. Like for example, you want to let's say ax square plus bx plus c. This is a math equation. You want to code it. So you need some function which will help you to find the matrix multiplication, dot product, cross product, matrix addition, sometimes rank of a matrix, square of a matrix, derivative, right? Derivative integration. So all of this thing you need package. And both R and Python has full package. It's not like R has no packages. Many packages are there. Still R is not famous because it is not object oriented language. It is a scripting language. And when it comes to scalability, when it comes to real time production, ultimately when you design an algorithm or develop a model, the goal, ultimate goal is everything is okay. The final destination is productionalizing, right? Or basically to create a API, create a GUI or build a product out of it, right? From your model to build a product. So when it comes to build a product kind of stage, when you go, that time R will not support. Why? Because R doesn't has any web framework, right? We don't have any web framework. Whereas in Python, it supports web framework. That is actually one of the advantage. Otherwise, R would be popular, not Python for data science, right? R would be very popular in today's world. Only for this web framework support, Python is non-replaceable, right? Um, I cannot say non-replaceable. Already languages like Julia and other languages are there. But as of today, Python is the winner. We don't know what will happen after 5 years. Maybe some other new language will come. So there are some booming languages you must have heard like Julia and all, which is mostly it may be a good language. maybe in future. But as of today, Python is the winner, right? Wave framework, it is supporting Django, Flask, so many applications. So there are so many other reasons. If I keep writing, it will never be ending. But major reason is easy and easy to learn. That is the reason most of the people have started using Python, because it is easy. Something is easy means it will be popular. Scala is very, very important. It is a very, very important language, and Scala is used where most of the task is on big data, right? Where most of the tasks are on big data, then mostly Scala is preferred over Python. Having said that, Spark also support PySpark. It is not scalable though. If scalability is not an issue, then you can use Python also on top of Spark. Scala is still for data science. If it is data engineering, yes, Scala is preferred over Python. But for data science, still Scala is not preferred. I will tell you why. Many of the difficult, complex algorithm of machine learning and deep learning is yet not implemented in Scala. Means what? You will not find packages like Python. You have to implement from scratch. So it is not mature, I will say. Maybe after some years, people will start contributing, and then maybe if we get packages, it is maybe easy to use that time. But as of today, Python is preferred because of the package support. So many things we will get already present, kind of spoon feeding kind of thing, right? So that's why Python is preferred. Now we already know all of this point. Today we will be discussing about variable. So what is a variable? Who can say variable? What is a variable? Anything, whatever you know about variable. What is a variable?
Where value can be stored.
Yes, we can tell variable as a container. Actually, in Python, variable is a memory location which will store the reference point where the variable is stored. But I will not make it very complex. In simple terms, yes, variable is basically the container, right, where we can store values. In Python, we already know what is a variable, but in Python, the declaration is a little different. We call it dynamically typed. So Python variable are dynamically typed. So this name you will very often you will hear this name. So what do you mean by dynamically typed? So dynamically typed means I'll explain. So for example, let's say one of the variable is let's say a, right? A equals to 5. Now, if you're a Java or any other programmer, how you will write? Int A you will write. What is int? Int is the data type, right? You will write int A equals to 5, right? Float B equals to 10.5. So you will, what is this int, float, all of this thing? So this int, float, all of these things are nothing but data type, right? But in Python, no need to type this int. If you type this int also, okay. So this is calling invalid syntax. Why this is invalid syntax? Because we don't want to specify the data type. When we type the variable, we don't specify the data type. The data type declaration is mandatory in other languages, but in Python, the interpreter will take care of the data type. You just assign the value to the variable. And this is easy for the user. There are some drawbacks also. We are not talking about, please mute yourself, everyone. Yeah. So what I mean to tell you is, please mute yourself. I can still hear some noise. Yeah. So this is called dynamically typed. So dynamically typed means you no need to type the variable data type, the interpreter. So let us call this type function. So before I jump into this, I forgot to tell you one thing, that is how to take help in Python. So the first thing we will discuss before we jump into Python. The first thing is how to install any package in Python. Python is full of packages, full of packages. For everything we have package. For machine learning we have package, deep learning we have package, visualization we have 4 or 5 package, for statistics we have package, for network programming we have package, IoT we have package. Tell me anything in the world, you will find a package. for converting PDF to Word document, we have Python package. For anything, you tell me anything. For connecting with the database, we have package. So for everything, we have package. But any new package, if you want to install, this is the command you need to use. Pip install package name. Let's say I'm just writing a package name called NumPy. If you want to install NumPy, pip install the package name. Pip install pandas. Whatever you want to install, and you can write this in the command, sorry, in the Jupyter notebook. Here only you can write pip install numpy and then run. So it will work. Any package you want to install in the Jupyter notebook or in the Anaconda prompt, you can type pip install, where it will be installed. All the packages, whatever we are installing, everything you can find in this particular path. There is something called site libraries. You go and check. Today your assignment is you go to the path where you have installed Anaconda. My path is C user Sasmitha. Inside that, Anaconda has been installed. And you open your Anaconda folder library. There you will find site packages. So in site packages, you can see all of the packages, NumPy, Pandas, whatever you have installed. Everything will be going there. Okay, pip install will install all the packages in this path. Okay, this is very basic things. Just I thought of telling. So once you have installed the package, if it is a third party package, once you have installed, what is your next task? You have to import it. If you want to import, you have to write import command, import numpy. If this is working, if this is no error, right, then your installation is successful. How to check whether your installation is successful or not? Mostly will get a message successfully installed. That means it is successful. And once you have installed, to use anything, let's say I want to use numpy dot array. I'm just giving an example. So what is this array? Array is a function which is present within numpy. Numpy is a module within which we have so many things are present. If you want to know how what all things are present, I can write dir, and within bracket I can write numpy, and then I will run. So all of these functions, all of these packages are present. So we have minimum, we have so many. So numpy is a very big package. So we have all of this: cos, degree, d type function, exponential. You can see lot of functions are present. So all of these functions I can use once I have imported. Let me repeat. Step number 1 is you have to install the package. How to install any package in Python? Very simple. You just type pip install the package name, right? Once you have installed the packages, you can import it. Import the package name. Once you have imported, you have bunch of attributes or bunch of functions inside that package which you can use. In this is just, please mute yourself. Viva, Viva, can you mute? Yeah. So yes. So basically, yes, Anaconda, once you have installed Anaconda, any package you have installed, you just import it. And then if you call dir of the package name, all of the function you can see. For example, this line space is one function. I'm a new user. I don't know what is this line space, right? I just want to use this line space method, but I don't know how to use it. So how to use it? So I will write numpy dot line and then tab. So it will be autocomplete. It will give me all the functions which is coming with li. I can see there are 4-5 functions, but I want to use this line space. And I'm new user. I'm new to Python. I don't know how to use this line space function. I will take help. So help in Python, always you can write a question mark, or there are two ways of taking help. Either you write question mark or you can call the help function, right? Let's say this question mark you're writing and then run it. So if you run it, you will find the complete help of that function. So what do you mean by complete help? You will see the signature, what all parameters that function is taking. So this is taking start and stop and then endpoint, all of this, right? We'll discuss later. So this is the signature, and then the doc string will tell you what this function is doing. It is returning evenly spaced numbers over a specified interval. This is what this function is doing. Also, you will get some help or kind of examples. You go down. See, this is how you can use this np dot line space, this, and this will be created. So you will get everything. If you call simply this question mark and run, you will find the signature of the method, you will find help, you will find examples. Every detail you will find. So the doc string will explain what this function will do. The signature of the function will tell you which all parameters you need to pass when you're calling this function, and the help or the examples will tell you how to use it. So you'll be complete understanding about the function you can get. So these are the bare minimum or basics before we jump into Python. These are the basics. Let me repeat what we have discussed. Step number 1 is how to install anything. If you are confused, pip install what I need to write. So you come here. When you need to come, you come to PyPy. You come to PyPy. So this is the repository where this Python package index, where every Python package you will find. You search for anything. Let's say I want to install NumPy. I don't know how to install NumPy. You just search and then hit enter. You will find many versions. So let's say this is, you can see here, and then copy this. Mostly it will be pip install the package name. But if you are confused, come to PyPy, search for the package, and here you can see what you need to type for installing. Copy this and paste it in your Jupyter notebook. In Jupyter notebook only you can install any package. You come here and paste it, and then once it is installation is done, the package will go inside site packages. You import that package calling import method, and then dir method will list down all the attribute function present within NumPy or within the module, and you can take help. Sorry, how to take help? By just writing question mark. So far, is it clear? We'll discuss about variable after this, but so far is it clear? Basic thing, how to install, how to search for any package, how to install, how to import, how to take help. These three things, is it clear, everyone? If it is clear, please say yes, yes. If it is not clear, ask me your doubt. Is it clear?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Okay. Now, once you know that, we'll go with the variable thing, right? That we were discussing. So variable is, what is your variable? Variable is nothing but your container, right? So how to declare a variable? Just you type whatever value you want, you just assign the value to your variable directly. So for example, a equals to 5. So I want to check what is the type of a. What is the type of a? Type of a is integer, right? So variable a is an integer type. What is variable a? A variable a is an integer type. Now, if I change it, let's say 5 to 5.5, I have not defined any type. I have not mentioned a is now float type or something. Simply I change the value and see what is happening. Now a is changed from integer to float. Now what I will do is this 5.5 I will just write within quotes, right? String. And then if I run this, you can see this is now a string, right? Initially the variable is an integer, and then it is a float, and then it is a string. So variable are changing based on what value I am assigning. The type of the variable is automatically defined by the interpreter. This property is called dynamically typed. So if anywhere in any textbook or somewhere, if you are looking this point, if it is written like variables are dynamically typed in Python, what they mean is no need to declare the data type, right? It is auto declared by the interpreter. Is it clear how to define a variable? Is it clear? Variable is clear?
Yes. Yes.
So how to convert one type to another type? Type conversion. First of all, that should be compatible. Like I cannot convert a string if it is high. I cannot convert a string to integer. Can I convert? Answer is no. So if it is compatible, if I can change, then I will simply write to what I want to change and it will be changed. I'll give you example. Let's say this A is a string type. I want to convert this A to float type. What I will do is I will write, or let's say integer, I will write int of A. And then if I run A, it is not taking, it is, it is basically it is not accepting int. I cannot convert the string 5.5 to integer. Let me try with float, right? Let me try with float. Float of A, yes, it is accepting. So if the type conversion is compatible, right? So in this case, 5.5 was a string. Why it is a string? Because I have written within quotes. So in Python, one single quote or double quote, both are same. So in string means you can write any string within single quote, or you can write any string within double quote. What I mean is I can also write this 5.5 within double quote, and the meaning is same. You write it within single quote or you write it within double quote, it is representing string only, right? So the meaning is same. So once I have defined, this is the type, right? String. Now what I will do is, if I want to convert this string to float, I will write float of a, and then if I run, so you can see this is converted to 5.5, which is a float. Now let's say let's say this is like this 5, which is basically 5.5 is, let's say, float, right? I want to convert this float to integer. What I want to convert to integer, I want to convert. Now it is float, I want to convert to integer. Simply I will write int. To what I want to convert, that I will write, right? I want to convert this to string, so I will write string of a. So this will be converted to string. String means it will just add 5.5. Sorry, quotes, right? One single quote or double quote. It represent the same string. So type conversion is very straightforward. You will write the variable equals to what value, and then you have this int float str method, right? Which you can um, pass the variable as input and then call this int string or float method. It will convert to the respective types if it is compatible, right? If it is not compatible, you will get error. Right? So variable and type conversion are very straightforward. What we understood so far, after we install Anaconda and after we gone through the Jupyter Notebook tutorial, we understood how to install any package in Python. Then we understood how to take help, right? And then we are discussing about variable. Okay. Okay. Any doubt till now? Any doubt anybody has? Feel free to ask me if you have any doubt anywhere. All clear? All good? Okay. You're asking something? No. Okay, I think we are on very basic topics, so I don't think it will be difficult for you to understand. Very basic topics, right? Okay, now what we will discuss is about your loops, right? I think most of you already know. Um, so we have different kind of loops, right? We have if else and then while and for loop. We'll start with if else. There is nothing much. The same logic is same. Can anybody tell me what is the difference between while loop and if else? What is while loop, or what is a let's start with while loop. So what is while
Ma'am,
loop?
if yeah, while loop is something, ma'am, that till the time condition is true, it will
Yeah.
keep on executing. But in the case of if and else, if you are having the multiple scenarios, that which rule will satisfy what, and accordingly it will be executed.
Yes, so as you said, so while loop is a loop which will keep executing until the condition is false, right? While loop, until the condition is false, it will keep executing. Once the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. That is the logic of while loop, we already know. So how to write a while loop in Python? The logic is very similar, but the syntax is little difficult, or not difficult, different. So what we will do is, while is a keyword. We will write while followed by the condition. So any condition, let's say I'm checking, I'm defining a variable, right? Let's say I'm defining a variable called counter. Let's say counter equals to 9. The value, this is a variable. Just now we discussed about variable. So I have defined a variable called counter. The value of this variable is 9, right? Now what I'm writing here, while this counter, I'm checking while this counter is greater than 2, right? This is the condition. This is very important. One thing that you need to notice, keep a notice, any block you are starting in Python, right? Any block means what? It can be a while block, for block, if else block, function, right? Any block you're starting where you have to write the header and the body part, you have to keep this colon, and then very carefully you see what is happening when I'm pressing enter. Sorry. So what is happening? So it is again coming to the next line, giving some space, right? Giving some space. So indentation is mandatory in Python. Indentation means spacing. Let me not give this space, right? Let me just start right below while, and I will get error saying indentation, right? Okay, so are you not able to see what? Okay, so I will scroll up 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so now is it okay? Naveen, can you see now properly? So I'm using a large
Yeah,
window.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
I'm
it's
using,
fine.
yeah, it's fine, right? Okay. So what we will do now is while the condition in and within bracket, like I will write a colon. Any time you're starting any block, you need to write a colon and you need to give some space. But I'm not giving space, and then I will type whatever I want to write within the body part. Let's say I just want to print what is counter, right? I just want to print what is the counter value, and then I'm decrementing the counter value to 1 each time I'm running the loop. I'm decrementing the counter value to 1. Entire program will give me indentation error. So expected and indented block. So what we understand is it is so showing from print. So from here, line 3 onwards, you are getting an error at line 3, right? Why there is an error? Because indentation is mandatory in Python. Indentation is mandatory in Python. Without proper spacing, we cannot proceed further. So indentation is mandatory. That is very important. One thing is there is no curly braces. Like other languages, whenever you start any block, you should have, like you must have knowing this. So you will be writing everything within this bracket, right? So that's why this is the indication. So anywhere it is finding a bracket, it can understand, okay, the body part started. But here there is no bracket concept. There is no curly braces. How the interpreter will understand or differentiate, okay, this is your body part and this is the inner loop, and then there is a outer. When you complete execution, you come out. So basically you need to give space. So what you need to do is tab and then tab, and then if you run, I just killed it. Okay, if you run this, you will find the output, right? And the output is very clear. So I think we discussed while loop will keep executing until the condition is false. So first it is 9 and then 8. You keep decrementing one by one. When it is 3, now again you decrement 2. So 2 is greater than 2, the condition is false, hence it is out of the loop. How to print anything in Python? Using print command. Using print function, you can print anything in Python, right? Print. So this is one thing you need to note. You give a colon and then give space. How much space I can give, right? Any amount of space, 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tab, but make sure whatever space you're giving in the first, the same space you need to give in the second. I'm getting error because this is not properly indented. Wherever I'm starting print, just below print, I need to start this counter. Now it will work, right? So space, how much you want, you can give, but make sure all are in the same line. Indentation is important. Indentation is important in Python. Okay, otherwise you'll get error. Is it clear? While loop is clear? Any doubt in any of this line?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's clear, but once we enter the code the way you did, and the way the output is getting displayed on a blank, blank page, how means what you are using? That I missed.
Jupyter notebook. So this is the cell. This is the cell, and this is the IPython. Like this is the. This is, so this is the cell. This is Jupyter notebook. So you write your code here and you run here, and then you will see the output just below the cell. You write, let's say print. I'm just writing print hi, right? This is what my Python code is. You run it. For a running any Python code, the shortcut is shift enter, and this is the tab. So you can also use run. So this is running the code and executing and showing you the output. So it is an interpreter based language where line by line execution will happen, cell by cell. In Jupyter, one cell it will run whatever output, and then it will go to the next cell. Is it clear? So that's why I told you to see about Jupyter notebook. So I think you missed yesterday's class, right, Upendra? I think he's offline. So again, let me repeat. Any people who missed yesterday's class, for them, you need to go through Jupyter notebook tutorial. Otherwise, you will feel uncomfortable, right? Using this IDE. Okay, so again, I'm repeating. If you have not gone through the tutorial, please go through the tutorial today. Okay, that is mandatory. Is it clear? Everyone, please go through the tutorial, Jupyter Notebook.
Ma'am, can you share the link?
Okay.
The link.
Give me, okay, 1 minute. Let me share the link. Again, I need to search. You can come to YouTube. Mhm. So this Jupyter is something just a Python ID. So that's why I have not covered in the class, because I already have this thing, right? The recordings are available, so you can go through. I'm sharing you the link. Yeah, so I got it. So once you install Python, this is what you need to go through. I have to send to everyone. 1 second. Right? Please copy this link. So you can come here, you can type data science Sasmitha session 2. You will get it. Right? So this is the link. Please go through this. Right? All the people who joined today newly, this is what we have covered yesterday. Nothing much. Today is the first class. We started Python from today onwards. Having said that, yesterday I discussed about installation. So session 1 is about installation. If you type session 1, so let me share the session 1 link as well. So session 1 is your installation and session 2 is your about Jupyter Notebook. 1 second. Okay, so session 1 and session 2 you need to go through. Is it clear for everyone? Anyone who has not gone through Jupyter yet? Upendra, can you mute yourself? Upendra, please mute. Yeah. So if you type this, if you type this, my name and Durga Soft, then you will find it. So this is session 1, right? So you just copy this. I'm just sending. So this is Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So this is the second one, the session 1. You just play the video, you will understand what is that. So the session 1 is about installation. This is not about Jupyter Notebook. Session 1 is about Anaconda installation. Session 2 is about Jupyter Notebook. Okay, you need to go through this too. And then you can understand. So you can open, I have told in the video how to open, how to upload, how to download, everything, how to create nice documents using Jupyter, everything. Is it clear for everyone? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So the plan is before this week, we will be completing the core Python. But I don't think we will be able to complete because we have data structure, list, tuple, set, dictionary. As I said, the core Python, I will be little fast, but fast means the same way I am going. I think it is not very fast also, right? You can understand. So the same way we will complete the core Python. When we go to NumPy, the main syllabus starts from NumPy. I don't want to simply give you the recordings and skip the core Python because many of you will not go through the recording and later you will not understand. So that's the reason I'm covering. Okay, so we will be covering the core Python as well. Tomorrow what we will see is we'll continue from loops and then we will see functions, right? Very important concept. Functions, lambda expression, if else for loop. Tomorrow we will see that. Please join sharp at 7:30, right? 7:30 means 7:30. I have seen few of you joined late. Um, so please do not join late. If you know already core Python, you can skip. But from Monday onwards, it's a mandatory class. Do not skip anything. All the topics are important. And join sharp at 7:30. We'll continue till 8:15 and then we will stop this week. Next week onwards, we'll continue full 1 hour. Okay. So I don't want to cover much. We are going slow because many of you, what I found today is have not even gone through Jupyter Notebook till now, right? So please go through Jupyter Notebook, install Anaconda, and then once we complete function, I will give you some assignment to practice. Please practice the assignments. Once the drive is created, all of this notebook, Python books, assignments, everything you will find inside the drive. All good? Everything is good? Or you have any doubt? All good? You want to ask something? Okay, so pandas is long way to go. Please wait, right? We'll be starting pandas next week, or maybe mostly next week we'll start Friday like that, right? After we complete NumPy, so we'll see everything in pandas. So It's very, very, very detailed. So how to, you can see the topics. So pandas is long way to go. Once we go to pandas, I will explain everything about pandas. Okay. So you need to wait for 5-6 more classes, right, for pandas. Okay. So if you don't have any doubt, we'll stop here. Let me quickly summarize. Today we discussed about why Python is important, why Python is very popular, and we have discussed what is variable. Then we have discussed type conversion, one type to another type. We have discussed what is while loop, how to write while loop in Python, how to print any statement in Python. Indentation is very important. Then we have discussed how to take help, how to install any package. Then we have discussed how to import, and then dir directory, which will list down all the modules available within that package, followed by our help. So how to take help, numpy dot the package name and then question mark. Okay, so till here we have discussed. Tomorrow we will continue from here. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Is there any audio issue? I think my internet is super fast, so I am very sure about my internet. It is 150 mbps. So is there any audio issue? No, right?
No, nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. We'll connect from tomorrow. Yeah.